Welcome to the Matt Rats podcast. These are choked out chats. This is where sweat, ego, and bad decisions collide. We're talking real jiu-jitsu, the wins, losses, injuries, the mindset, and everything that happens on and off the mats. No filters, no fake gurus, just mat life. So strap in, you're rolling with the Matt Rats. Right. We're live, baby.
Yeah, what's good, boys?
Got big Victor with us tonight, filling in for Todd. Todd had to drop out last minute because he had millions of dollars to make for the fam, so we completely understand. But we're gonna keep the train rolling. We're gonna keep the show on. The show must go on. So Victor is a teammate of ours at Deepwater at Nova União. Victor is going to be competing in his first competition, hopefully here in February at IBJJF, the Winter Championships.
That's right.
How you feeling?
Feel good. I was telling a couple of guys yesterday, I probably should not have come to BrewJitsu because it gave me a little bit more confidence and I think I need to have, but we'll say that for later.
Okay.
Good.
Nothing wrong with confidence.
Yeah, confidence is a good thing.
How'd you like BrewJitsu? Did you get any adrenaline just being there watching?
I was shocked. I did not expect that many people to be so passionate about jiu-jitsu.
Wow.
A lot of black people there too. I was shocked by that. I was.
Let's go.
Everyone just crowded around the mat, sort of like you're in Fight Club or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm dieting right now, but to see the pizza, the beer, just the energy was fantastic from my perspective.
Yeah. That's awesome.
The Nova União team, just the coaching, the energy, the excitement from them. I'd never really interacted with them that much, so it was good to see that as well.
Yeah, that was my first time really being close and seeing Fernanda in action, and she was lit. She was passionate.
She's very passionate.
I'm gonna hit her up. I need her to be my coach. Maybe I can pass guard, and then who knows. But yeah, that's cool. You're right though. Jiu-jitsu, I mean, I feel like even if you just walk into our gym, it's just very diverse people from all backgrounds, all walks of life, all ages, hurt, injured, healthy, young, old, whatever, man. But it was a cool little event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never done BrewJitsu before, and honestly, I never heard about BrewJitsu until Mehedi sent the link over to our group chat. So I actually never knew about BrewJitsu, but it's a pretty fun event for sure. I mean, someone who has never competed will be a good way for them to kind of get that jitter off and see like how it feels a little bit. At least from my perspective, at least.
Well, see, that's another thing I thought about, right? Because I'm there and I'm thinking, I think I can hang with some of these guys, and it's very relaxed. Everyone's friendly. I wonder how much does that contrast from an IBJJF contest? Have I been lulled to sleep? Should I expect more intensity, more seriousness, a higher level of competition? And that's the thing. I don't want to, be overconfident.
Well, I mean, I want you to be confident. So there's that. And if anything could make yourself relax, I think that's always a good sign. If you thought you looked at BrewJitsu and you go, oh wow, it's pretty relaxing, it's not that serious. Yeah. Then if you're going in that relaxing mindset, because once that match starts, you are going to get tense.
Okay.
So in any way you can't get yourself relaxed, I think that works for you. But for me, I think the intensity at least definitely changes. The vibe itself does change just
Okay.
because IBJJF does mean a lot more for a lot of jiu-jitsu community, you know? Not that BrewJitsu is not a competition at all, or some people don't take it seriously, but at least from my perspective is that IBJJF definitely is the top king in jiu-jitsu competition-wise.
Mhm.
So it matters to me more, but I don't want to speak for everyone else.
But is the atmosphere less relaxed overall?
Yes, for sure. I would think so.
Okay. Okay.
Not
Okay.
as many people drinking Bronsons at
Yeah, yeah,
IBJJF.
yeah. Okay.
No.
Okay.
And, Jay and I were talking on the way home, BrewJitsu isn't a ranked competition either. So I think it's like also another good tune up. Doesn't really, you always want to win, but, it doesn't necessarily matter if you're worried about being ranked or your, rank in the community, whatnot. But IBJJF, it counts. So I think people are a little more serious, like Jay said.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
if we like rewinding kind of Jay before the first match, what was your mindset walking into this one?
I try to stay relaxed as possible. Um, and I was like, I'm just gonna do what I do best, right? And in the first round, it worked out for me great. No complaints on my end. I executed what I wanted to execute. And when the second match came, I guess when I was watching my first guy that I roll with him, maybe it may gave me a too much of a confidence. Maybe that also didn't help. Just because me watching and observing, I thought I could definitely do a little bit better than that, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the mindset I was kind of going through. And I don't know if that's what kind of threw me off because it was a little bit more challenging than I thought.
Okay.
And he kind of scored a point, and I'm okay with people scoring a point. But it kind of just wasn't working the way I want it. So maybe it kind of broke my rhythm a little bit. I can't necessarily say what it was that kind of broke my or shattered my game plan, but
Okay.
the mindset that I was going in was that I'm ready for this. I want to execute the way I want to do it. But I think I definitely need to be better about executing and adapting to the situation, how jiu-jitsu itself is, that if it
Sure.
doesn't go to plan, you have to adapt to that. And maybe that's something that I'm lacking on at a competition setting, and I need to go ahead and work on that a bit more. Yeah, so I know you
I
also went through, by the way, I got second place, Rob got second place, for those of you guys that are listening, but Rob definitely got robbed out of his first place. Not a biased opinion, but everyone agrees that, it was, because it was the referee's call, and I think it's a little bit of bullshit call, but what was going on? Like, what was your game plan? What was going in your head? Did you make any adjustment during the game? Like, what was going through your head?
Man, for that first match, I'll be honest, like once I stepped on the match and saw him, I was like, I think this is gonna be, a quicker finish. And then that second one, the only thing I was worried about was the length, and
It
that
was very
was,
tall.
ended up being the issue. There was a couple times when I've rewatched it, I wish I would have just completely disengaged,
Mm.
stepped back, and then come back in and just guard passed from there versus being more hard-headed and, pressure passy and like, digging in.
Yeah.
There was a couple
It's so
times where I
easy to get
got
tunnel
his.
vision.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm terrible with tunnel vision. That's one thing. And I didn't feel like I was going too fast. I was trying to continue moving. I don't think I was stalling whatsoever. But yeah, I got his, one leg in between me a couple times and tried to get over the knee. And I think if I gotten over the knee, I would have been real good situation. But I was much stronger than him. But he had those fucking long ass legs. He had to have been like 6'3" or something.
I mean, you
Um,
also went on a upper weight class.
yeah. But that's no excuse. I put on a couple pounds once I knew I wasn't going to be in the 68, and I was down in the age group. But I should have won that without. You know what? But who was I texting? Agby. He was like, good work. And I was like, I learned a good lesson today. You don't learn or you don't leave it in the judge's hands. So gotta fucking do the work and get the W. So no excuses. Wish
You and me
wish we
both.
both would have fucking won though.
That would have been awesome. But, I
What'd
guess
you think, Victor?
Okay. So before I start, you mentioned that you were stronger than him. Is
Yeah.
that correct? Okay. Would you say that about both of the guys you went against?
But yeah.
And you felt it when you were standing up, you felt it when you were on them. Uh
Yeah, with the first guy, yeah, I mean, both standing up when I was like walking him around the ring at first, I was like, okay. And on the ground as well, like I could tell he was putting like his hardest frame into me, and I was like, you know, uh, and then the second dude, he basically went pulled straight to guard. But I was like, controlling his arms and stuff when I wanted. I almost got a wrist lock a couple times. Shout out Big Mike. But yeah, man, just didn't get it done.
well, no, I'm just curious. Again, I haven't competed before, and I know that the environment and the opposition outside of the gym is ratcheted up, right?
Oh yeah.
So, and just to get that feeling of someone first grabbing you, can you tell, oh, this is nothing, and does it affect how you proceed? I guess through the steps that you would normally go through when there's a 10-20% strength advantage. For example, you say you're being stubborn when you should just step back. If the strength advantage was not there, would you have stepped back sooner?
Yeah, that's a good question. Probably. I think all three of us are pretty strong. We all work out, and I think we're all just naturally also kind of strong. And I think that that gives us the opportunity to be a little more stubborn. And we know that, hey, I can just hold his leg here.
Mhm.
I can move that arm anytime I want, that type of thing. So yeah, I don't know. You're right though. I may have just popped out. I may have tried to get out earlier. Um, but again, the tunnel vision gets you.
And with Jay, I missed your first roll. I was on the highway, and Frank thankfully sent updates on the WhatsApp group. But your second match, what I noticed, and again, this is from someone that rolls with you and sees you roll, and there's a fluidity and a tremendous amount of movement when you're rolling. I didn't really see that in your second match, and it made me wonder, was it that he was, heavier or stronger than what you expected? But I think you were explaining to me that you gassed out and that's why you weren't really moving. I mean, good. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Rob. I mean, Jay, he moved with a grace and a speed that I don't see many other people move with. Well, at our gym, in my opinion. So,
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And if you do look at that first match, which if you go to the Matt Rats YouTube, you can check it out. Um, but no, dude, like even in the stand up, it's almost looks like you're dancing. It's like it's very smooth, little flow right into the takedown, right into neon belly, into the mount, and into your whole bow and arrow choke out scenario. But yeah, the second one, I don't know. You kind of just said you felt
yeah,
like
honestly, I don't know what it was. I don't want to make excuses and say there was something off. And maybe there was something off that I just can't explain, but Um, I think it has to do with many reasons that I can't explain. And maybe it was the fact that I was underestimating him when I dominated the first guy so well. And
yeah,
I was seeing him roll. I was like, oh, I got this. Maybe that I was overconfident. You know, I
yeah,
I drank coffee that I normally don't drink in the morning. You know what I mean? Like it's just the
right,
small things that
yeah,
maybe
yeah, yeah,
changed me. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't
yeah,
necessarily say that is the reason. I don't want to make that as an excuse. Definitely not at all.
sure.
What I did was my fault. I lost because I just wasn't prepared enough. But
The
um,
environment also can be a thing, with it being a little more chill, uh, and just being kind of a different environment. But I agree with you about the preparation, at least in my own opinion, like for myself. Um, like we should have rolled harder
mhm.
leading up to it.
Yeah, we definitely do roll a lot harder when it comes to February time. But for BrewJitsu, we want the
Intensity.
intensity. Oh my god, dude, I'm cut, cut.
We gotta clip that shit.
Intensity. Intensity wasn't there for
Well, you had even said, dude, you were like, this isn't that big of a deal for me. I'm more interested in BrewJitsu like weeks ago. But yeah, I think we weren't rolling all that hard doing like competition rounds necessarily. I would do like a competition minute and then
Yeah.
like take it easy
We
the rest
usually
of the
do like
round.
a Shark Tank. So,
Yeah. I
Vic,
remember
you
Shark
know what
Tanking
Shark
you
Tank is,
for
right?
Worlds. I was like, this sucks. Sucks for Jay.
Vic, do we ever Shark Tank you?
No,
So
no.
Mike does a really good job of prepping us for the competition. So what it does is, let's say you and I start first, right?
Mhm.
And I got to a certain position, or we're at a stalemate, right? And Mike will make a decision. Either if we were standing and no one got anywhere, then we'll just get on the ground. And let's say I passed your guard, whatever, and they got to a certain position, he will go in and remove me, and then he will bring someone new, fresh out.
Gotcha,
So it'll be
gotcha.
Rob. So you are at a tense situation that you've just went through your cardio, but then someone new is coming in without having any of the tense. Wow, I can't really talk at all.
Intensity.
Thank you. So that's what Shark Tank is. I wish Mike was there to train us and coach us, but I know he probably won't be able to. So we'll have to get that tradition going when we are prepping for February.
Well, speaking
Yeah.
of prepping, I, you know, I told you guys that my goal is to compete at super heavy as opposed to ultra heavy. I typically walk around at 240, 245, and I'm trying to get down to 217 so I can get them 222 with the gi. Uh, I've been advised not to do that.
By
Right.
who?
Everyone.
All the guys are just going to be faster.
Okay. Okay. But I believe that I would be in better shape at a lighter weight. No?
No, I agree with you. And
You'd know better than anyone else.
just don't cut too much that is going to affect your ability to roll. Like, you're going to be too
Agree.
low on energy because you weren't
Agree.
eating too much. You have conditioned your body to lose those weight. But if you did it in a healthy way, which I didn't, but if you did, and you're eating and you're used to eating that much calories and your body is used to it, then for sure. But if you're doing this at the last minute, definitely not.
Okay.
What do you weigh right now?
232 right now.
Woo. Damn.
Big boy. By the way,
So,
Vic is a very big guy. Those
but
of you don't know.
you don't look 240
I get that a
like
lot.
you're muscular.
The thing is, when I think I put it in the chat once, a screenshot of my Rimpo scale
Yeah.
where it said I had 20% body fat. I'm like, okay, I I can sharpen this up. I have some mass to lose. So
Yeah.
that's why I wasn't too concerned about, being too aggressive. I'm more concerned about the time I have left right now.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing that I do like about not cutting weight is that is a stress.
Mm,
And even being under stress, it raises your cortisol and it fucks with your metabolism.
mhm,
It's even like harder to lose weight when you're stressed.
true.
And it's one less thing to worry about. And even, I would say at white belt, it's more about just getting out there and getting the experience.
Mhm,
And you're gonna do well. I mean, you train at a really good gym. You come even when you're hurt and study and see what's going on. You ask good questions. The only advice I would give you is when you're rolling is like cut it loose a little more,
okay.
and don't just like sit in a position just using your strength to not let someone do it to you.
Right, 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 right,
You
right.
know,
Right.
break guard, pass, take side control, use your big ass shoulder and put it in their jaw. Cause I saw you moving the other day and like trying to pass guard and like you got speed. And I was like, well, fuck. When he starts putting it together, we're gonna have a real problem. Cause size, I don't care what anybody says, size matters. Strength matters. Strength is a skill. There's no strong people that don't work out and train and like put effort into it. So, yeah, I think you should just cut it loose a little.
I appreciate that. And speaking of strength matters, another thing that I've been working on, my core strength, abs, inner thighs, doing those.
The yes, no?
Yes and
Yeah,
no's.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That, hamstring curls, right? That has been helping tremendously as well because I noticed that I get really sore in my core because my guard sucks. So, but no, that's been helping as well. Um, do you guys do a lot of cardio? Because I really don't do cardio.
Jaybird?
I don't do cardio. Jiu-jitsu is my cardio, bro.
Yeah. Same for me. For the most part, jujitsu is my cardio. I do use the assault bike in the morning, just as like a warm up. I'll do like 5 rounds, 20-second sprints per round. And to me, that is the only like hard, full body sprinting cardio that when I'm done, I feel like I just did a round of jujitsu.
So you guys said that, BrewJitsu, the preparation for it, may not be as intense as it is for IBJJF. Uh, what is the difference between the two preps that you have and are doing?
I would say just going harder.
Okay.
Like for me, when I go on Tuesdays, Wednesday, or Thursdays, right? I try not to make eye contact with Preston or Rob. I'm like, because I don't want to work that hard, you know? It's like I'm here to kind of have fun and kind of work on some of the things I want to work on rather than having us to go, head to head like a bull.
Mhm.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to work that hard, but that's the mindset, you see? Like that's the
Mhm.
Yeah.
mindset where I go in not wanting to work too hard. But when you're in a competition mindset, doesn't matter. It's like, all right, I need to pick it up. I don't want to, but I need to pick that up. So I'm going to ask Rob to roll. I'm going to ask Preston to roll. I'm going to give up a position that I don't normally want to be in. Like if Preston puts me on north south, I'm like, I don't want to be here, but I will allow myself to be here so then I could suffer through this and try to escape. You know what I mean? So it's like the changing of your mindset, getting ready for a competition, going harder, not getting lazy. You know what I mean?
Got it.
At least for me. I don't know about you, Rob.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, we kind of touched on it, but yeah, I think we didn't really do our competition rounds. I think, again, we've just been having fun, enjoying rolling, showing up, hanging with the boys.
Yeah.
But, you
Mm,
know,
mm.
if you're gonna do competitions, it really is different than just being the hobbyist, and you do need to put more into it. So I took my fucking loser ass to the gym this morning
Me
and
too.
got back at it because only champions get days off.
That's right. I I was like, I was eating food today. I was eating a sandwich. And I was like, "Would you like fries with that?" I was like, "No, I'll take a salad." I was like, "I don't deserve these fries right now."
Let me ask you guys this. It's going to be a little weird. So work with me here.
Jiu-jitsu is weird.
When you think about the roles that you had at Brewjitsu, who in the gym would you compare your opponents to?
Mine's easy. At least the guy that I lost to. And I think I said this to either Todd or
You said it to me.
Jay. Okay, yeah. I was like, that could be, if Israel keeps on
Uh,
keeping on and he trains and he's confident, uh, Israel as a blue belt, I think would beat that dude.
Mm.
But yeah, he's easily it was like Israel because it's pretty similar body types. Tall, lean, athletic. So yeah, for me, Israel.
first guy.
Me, first guy.
I'm thinking too right now.
Yeah, I don't know. That one's tough.
Okay.
I mean, it would be somebody way under his weight class, probably. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Like all of our guys, like if you put them in their weight, their age, their rank, most of them are going to do really well.
Okay.
Uh, that guy, I don't know where he trained. I didn't look at any of it, but I don't know. He just he needed to do more.
I'm gonna say the first guy kind of remind me of Matt a little bit, Borman,
Mhm.
strength wise.
Okay.
Yeah, strength wise. and how he was thinking, I'll say it was kind of like,
Gorman's
nah.
a strong ex-wrestler for nobody, obviously the people that don't know.
And he used to train under DJ for 10 years. Yeah, he actually did train with Jason when he was training to get, I think he said he met him during blue belt and stuff too. So been a long
Mm.
time ago that he's been training. Um, for the second guy, definitely not at our gym. Someone I can think of will be kind of like Neil a little bit. Kind of
Neil,
calm. Yeah, kind of calm.
was he strong?
I don't think he was that strong. His grips were good though. His grips were not that strong, but he was very good about keep grabbing it.
Okay.
You know how I get annoying when I keep grabbing it? He was
Yeah.
kinda doing the same thing. Every time I break something, he will keep grabbing something else, and rightfully so, as he should. I
Right.
should have done a better job of after I broke it off, I should have kept it, but that was my stupid ass not doing it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's talk about just the vibe that they had going at the competition overall as an event. We weren't in a high school gym, we weren't in College Park at the, International Convention Center. How did the actual venue influence or change things or affect you at all?
For me?
Yeah.
For me, I thought it was a really cool experience, just different, the fact that the coaches can be right there with you. Because at IBJJF, they have to be still behind the barricade. So it's nice to know
Yeah.
that all your teammates are just surrounded by you, because
Fernando is on the mat.
IBJJF is like an oval in a way. And if you're on, let's say, mat number 5, let's say there's 6 mats, you're in the middle, mat number 2, you can't go to the other side and watch because it's such a big oval shape. So unless you get into that spot, you can't really see it. But for Jitsu, everyone could kind of be all around you at a
Yeah.
different angle. So I think that was really nice, the chill vibe, and everyone just kind of really getting into it, regardless of who they know or not. I think that was really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it was interesting. I a couple times like went to look up during my match and I was like, "Oh fuck, like everybody's watching." So I put my head back down. But that was interesting, but I think like as a whole, I thought it was like a really cool vibe to the event. I thought it was really well run. If anything, the matches came early, but not like so early to you're like gonna miss it.
Better than
But
Naga.
yeah, no,
Not to
but yeah,
shit
it
on
was
Naga,
smooth.
but could learn something from it.
It was smooth. The only thing, and I've already bitched about this to Jay, is to me, if you have a competition, you're not giving out real gold, silver, and bronze. There should be medals. People trained, they paid, they showed up. A lot of people posted. Maybe they bring additional uh, people to the event to where you're making additional money on merch or food or whatever. Doesn't cost that much to have medals. Uh, and this isn't just about me, honestly, but we went to pick up Jay's medal and they're like, "Oh, all we have is a ring for first place." And I don't know, I thought that was
I was like, oh, okay.
kind of bush league, but that's my only real gripe about the whole thing.
I need my participation medal, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, "What? I gotta buy a shirt now?" Um, but oh
Vic,
yeah, shout out to Todd for the shirts. Got us a
yeah.
couple cool NFC shirts.
Vic, I'm interested here since you give me, I mean, you kind of explained what the vibe was like, but I want you to really think about how this vibe was like, and I will want to ask you in after February to see how big of a difference it was for you.
Okay. That'll be a great question to answer. It's interesting that you bring that up because I was in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, in February, it's going to be at the convention center. I'm sure there are hotels right there. Would it make sense to get a hotel at the convention center the night before, the day of, just to, acclimate myself and I don't have to worry if I left something at home, everything's right there. I mean, have you guys done stuff like that or am I overthinking it?
I think you may be overthinking it, but if you are a type of guy that likes to travel and get comfortable at a hotel, then maybe that is the route for you. But for me, if I don't have to travel to get to my event, I'd rather sleep in my
Mhm.
own bed because I'm comfortable around that home.
Hmm.
So
So it's an all day event though, and
yeah.
you're going to be, just sitting around. Would it be better to be at the hotel in the bed watching TV? Then you'll have your teammates say, "Hey, they just called your name." Then you run down, get a cook. I don't know. I don't.
I don't know. You're gonna probably want to be down there, getting the vibe, like getting warmed
Thinking like,
up.
I don't want to show up until I need to show up.
Hey, man, they're calling your name. That's funny.
DQ'd if you're not here in 1 minute.
Yo, but if you get that hotel room, let me know. I'm gonna come kick it. I
After
got some
party at
mats. I'll bring
Vig's.
some mats. We can warm up.
Right.
That's pretty funny though.
Again, I haven't experienced it before. I'm just wondering, you probably have exercise bands sitting on concrete or something. And just go to the hotel gym. I don't know. That's how I'm thinking, and I'm probably overthinking it. But yeah,
We
yes.
bring
Please
mats
ask me
like
about the
Preston,
difference.
he has like a mat that he's able to travel with. So he'll
Mhm.
bring that so we don't have to train or sit on the concrete. So
Okay.
when you're warming up and stuff like that, we'll kind of get on the mat, kind of
Okay.
warm up our bodies, ready to go, and things like that. Because
Got it.
you have to be in the bullpen, I believe, like an hour before your match starts or like 30 minutes before.
So you're gonna be
Not
warming
an
up in the
hour, 30,
bullpen
30, sorry,
anyway.
30 minutes.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
I was like, I don't remember being nervous for that long.
Yeah, probably like 30 minutes, 20 minutes, you do need to go in.
Okay. So let's say the match is at 2 o'clock. I just sit around until 1 and then
Well, it
go.
depends when your match is, when your other teammates' matches are. You're gonna be watching us,
Right,
and
right, right,
we're
right.
all gonna be there supporting each other and hanging out and helping each other warm up. And maybe you want to walk around and check out the booths, and
That or you
you
might
know,
wanna watch other people roll, and you're like, "Why do you do that?" You know what I
Gotcha.
mean? It's like,
Gotcha.
"Oh, shoot,
Gotcha.
maybe I shouldn't do that," you know? Like, maybe
yeah.
you could catch something that a mistake someone else made, and you will keep that in your
Got it.
mind. You know what I mean?
And for the price that IBJJF is charging everyone, you want to get as much out of the experience and the day as possible.
Okay.
Ooh, it's expensive.
Now I hear about, you know, the adrenaline dumps, the nerves, from what I've been seeing, to help combat that, get a good workout going. Anything else?
Just
I've,
don't
I've
do it.
heard music. I've heard music. What else?
Jay, you can go first.
I'm just gonna share my experience. My experience is I have listened to "Let's fucking go" type of music all day while I'm driving to IBJJF. I don't do that anymore. Um, you know, just chilling vibe. And then once I get there, I'm still in a chilling vibe. I'm trying not to amp myself up too much until I need to. I'm like keeping it down much as I can. I'm trying to stay calm much as I can. And then of course the night before I think about what I'm gonna do at a match. But also that helps, but that doesn't. Like I said in the beginning, maybe it didn't help the fact that I had a certain plan and it didn't work out and I just kind of broke down and wasn't able to pick my pieces back up. So it is good to have some sort of plan, but the good key is to adapt. And I don't think I did a good job adapting on yesterday.
Would Could there have been something if a coach said, "Hey, stand up, step back"? Would you have done it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It's hard too in that environment, especially in my second match. I could kind of hear people yelling
That's
from one
right,
place.
right,
Jay was
right.
sitting in another
How do you
place.
know who to hear?
Frank was in another place, and I could like kind of pick up on different people at different times. And then as the crowd is going too. But one segment that we were gonna do is like Matt Truths.
Mm,
One truth about competing that kind of showed up. And this is something that I talked to Todd about, I talked to Jay about before the competition, but two kind of points was like number one, right before a competition, I get just terrible imposter syndrome. And so like for those who don't know, that means basically that like I feel like I suck, I'm not going to be good enough. blah, blah, blah. And the second thing is, I'm like, I'm not scared to lose. I'm not scared to get hurt, but I don't want to lose for like you guys. I don't want to let my teammates down. You know, your boys are like, oh shit, Jae and Rob, they're gonna fucking crush it. They're good, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then if you don't get gold, you know, you feel like you didn't do enough for them and you let them down and like that you're not what they thought you were type of thing.
Mm,
And that's what kind of gets me. Um,
I agree with
and
that
that's
too.
where my nerves are the most, like pre-competition. And then once I start rolling, it's like any other sport I've ever played. You get nervous, it's kickoff, bang, and it's like it's go time. But yeah, that's for me, just like keeping it real. Yeah, I get like super nervous because I don't want to let y'all down. And then I get just really bad imposter syndrome. I don't know. I don't know why, but I want to compete and keep competing, you know, to fight that and get over it and, you know, make it my bitch.
I guess it will probably come from just having more matches, maybe.
Maybe. I'm sure, you know, you'll always get nervous. Just means you care. Yeah. Yeah. I just want to keep on keeping on.
I and I mentioned, not wanting to be overconfident because I think fear helps as well. I'm usually always against fear, but I think having it as an extra motivator for a short period of time can bring out a higher performance level sometimes.
You
Uh,
can't be courageous without fear.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Well played.
Yeah. It's a good way to look at it. Fear is a problem if it stops you from doing what you need to or want to do. But if it's there and you know, keep driving through it, and that's what I'm saying, you know, keep competing regardless of how like I feel. Um, yeah, no, I think that's the way to rock. Well, um, before we get out of here, we'll do one quick thing. Victor, any closing remarks on the roles that you saw, the event, anything?
And this is sort of connected with the overconfidence when I'm looking at those guys and I look at the guys that I roll with in the gym and even watching you guys, I'm like, you guys are better than this. These guys are they're not these guys are not that good. And I don't know if it's ignorance or what. But
That's how we felt
no.
after. I was just shaking my head the other like earlier today, and my wife's like, "Are you thinking about the match?" Like, yeah,
He show up, dude. He show up.
yeah,
No, but even with that, I still believe you guys are better. That's the thing. So, if anything, it's a warning to, avoid some of the pitfalls of having a prescribed game plan, maybe, um, or you know, not taking a step back sometimes,
yep,
because so those are two lessons that I'm going to take to heart, definitely.
Yeah, if you get stuck, it is good idea to take a step back. That's a
Okay.
good way to get out of tunnel vision. Like you asked me this morning, right? Would you have backed out? Yes. If Jason or DJ said, start over again, I would have.
Gotcha.
But I think DJ and Jason, also myself, knew that I was like, oh, this is easy. I'll pass on it, right? I think that's why
Right.
they also probably was like, yeah, I'm not worried about having him start over. That's probably the reason why. But yeah, if they did tell me, I would. It's easier to hear your coach's voice when you're at that tense moment. It's crazy why, and I don't know how,
Interesting.
but you do hear them.
Okay.
yep.
Does it take away from their voice when you have your teammates shouting along with them or over them? Because I want to shout at my son's football games. I'm obnoxious, right?
There you
I'm
go.
loud. It's embarrassing, but I'm afraid to do it at a jujitsu match because I know that the coach has to talk, and I don't want to, interrupt anything. Is that
Yeah,
something?
you wanna scream to your buddies and tell them
Yeah,
stuff, but also, especially at our, like, more lower levels, it's like, "Oh shit, am I even saying the right thing? Am I telling him something he's gonna get armbarred?" I think that, like, usually it's easy to, hear somebody maybe in a more like an IBJJF, like a standard competition,
Okay.
but again, to me, my experience on my second match was I had there was people from all different angles yelling, so it was kind of harder. But yeah, my personal experience is I think if you know where your coach is sitting and you're in like a normal competition, like you're going to be able to pick them up and hear them.
Okay. Do you ever glance over at them?
If you're in a good position, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, if you got good pressure down, you can take a second, take a breath, listen up.
All right. I'll shut up. I can ask questions.
No, you're good.
You're good. This is what this whole thing is about.
That's all we do is just shoot the shit. Shoot the shit.
I appreciate you guys. No,
Yeah.
for, just all the tips, the roles, the examples. Thank you for that.
Yeah, man. We appreciate you filling in. We couldn't have done it tonight without you. So thank you for that. But yeah, that was BrewJitsu. Jiu Jitsu and beer and good people. And I didn't get to try the pizza. I am a little bummed about that.
Yeah,
I heard it was fire. But if you've ever been on the fence about competing, that BrewJitsu, is a good get your toes wet experience, and it's still fun, and nobody really gives a shit if you lost except you. But we will see y'all back next episode next week. Jay, you got anything to close us out?
Take a shit, dude.
Okay. All right. Well,
thank you for that.
That will wrap it up for us, folks. Appreciate you guys.
Take it easy.
That's another round of Choked Out Chats. If you got something out of this episode, hit follow, subscribe, and share it with your training partners, especially the one who still thinks they almost had you. We'll be back with more stories, more technique, and more chaos from the mats. Until next time, train hard, tap early, and don't be a dick on the mats. Oos.